Let's get back to the story of how we evolved. It all started when Diablo called Gisama. That's why we came to visit Rimuru-sama's country, but Gisama was not happy because he was pushed around by Diablo. I thought that it would be trouble and wanted to stay home, but I couldn't afford to do so. However, that was the correct thing to do after participating. Rimuru-sama hadn't met Velgrynd-sama before, and they were exchanging greetings. Afterwards, he greeted me very politely. One could fall in love with him. I thought I should pretend to be a misunderstood girl and go for it. Of course, I didn't do it out of thin air, did I? If I had done it, I am confident that it would have been over for me, so it was the right decision. And then, the friendly tea party began. I was observing behind Gisama, but Rimuru-sama somehow seems to be similar to Gisama. I saw that they reacted the same way and had a hard time with Diablo. I saw that he and Gisama have the same reactions. Needless to say, it made me like him a lot more. But there were other things that bothered me, too. First, Rimuru-sama's servant. He seems to be called Benimaru, but why does he seem stronger than the demon lords? The other one is Shion-san. She's become much stronger from the last time we met. I can somehow feel a hint of evil in her. Does she have an advantage over a demon? What is this? I wonder if I can win if I fight seriously. However, for me to admit my defeat would be to lose the purpose of my existence. Absolutely not. So I kept a cool face. But you know, I had to work pretty hard. Because those two weren't the only ones with any hint of strength. Well, wait a minute. That wasn't Tensura. There are at least 3 or 4 other people here besides them. Why are there so many Demon Lord class under Demon Lord's command? I thought that only Gisama was allowed to do that, but it seems I need to change my mind. As I was making up my mind, the smell of tea was wafting through the air. Is it a break? But we're maids, so it's bad manners to have tea together. Unfortunately, I was thinking about seeing off, so I was led to the next room. To our surprise, there was even a cake for us. As expected of Rimuru-sama. Just by looking at this attention to detail, I have to admit that he's qualified to be a king. And then, it was time to taste it. Is this a strawberry shortcake? I look like a pro at cooking. I can find a head chef of a top hotel to learn his craft, so I'm proud to say that my cooking skills are as good as those guys. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that I can't be satisfied with a half-hearted taste. It's so good. What? You're kidding me. This is so good. It looks simple on the outside, but it's a complex harmony of flavors. Oh, so there are several layers. There's a different kind of cream in between. Aren't these the kind of things that take a lot of time and effort to make? And the fact that the flavors are so evenly distributed shows that all the ingredients have been carefully planned out. It's amazing. Mizari is also impressed. Our specialty has always been fresh fruit cakes and sugary pancakes that rely on high-quality ingredients. I didn't expect to see so much technology being used in a single cake. Is this technology from the other world? I asked unconsciously, and Shion-san answered. That's right. This is a strawberry short made with 3 kinds of cream, developed by Mr. Yoshida and Shuna-sama. It also contains a small amount of black rice powder, which is very popular with monsters. Yoshida-san is an otherworlder, isn't he? I know who Shuna-sama is. She is a person who showed us around and even served us. Smooth, refined movements and an unassuming demeanor. Even from my perspective, who is known as a perfect maid, she was highly praised for her excellent customer service. Moreover, her cooking skills are also quite impressive. While enjoying the cake, I talked to that Diablo. By the way, aren't you stronger from the last time I fought you? I had been wondering. I had always wondered if he was stronger than from the last time I fought him. I couldn't ask him in front of Gisama, but now I could ask him in person. I can't miss this opportunity. Because ever since we evolved into demon nobles, we haven't been able to gain any more strength. Our experience has made us stronger. However, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the existence itself that could not evolve. And yet, this Diablo guy's so easily. Kufufu, you're still stupid, aren't you? That was Diablo's response. I don't know. What is this annoying feeling? Can I hit him? Yeah, sure, and my inner conscience is all for it. I think I should do it. Just as I was about to act on that thought, Diablo interrupted me by saying, Kufufu. It is all thanks to my lord, Rimuru-sama. He has rewarded me for my services. Bastard. You're acting like you're just trying to trick me. Then I'll be the one to return the favor. Oh, I see. So then you're not much better off either. I agree with you that Rimuru-sama is a great man, no doubt about it, but that's another matter. You yourself are relying on Rimuru-sama. Well, I told him. It's only because of Rimuru-sama that you have evolved, so your skills are nothing to sneeze at. However. Yes. That's right, but is there any problem? This Diablo bastard just admitted it without a word. And he's looking at me like he's happy to see me, like he knows what's going on. That's annoying. I look like an idiot. Rain, don't do it. Even Gisama isn't going to win an argument with this guy. It's okay for you to cry. Even Mizari said such thing. But unfortunately, that opinion seems to be correct. I stared at Diablo in frustration. Then something unexpected happened. Shion-sen smacked Diablo on the head, making a nice swacking sound. I was so happy. Moreover, she even preached to him. You're being cheeky, T-boy. You are not to be rude to our guests. When I heard that, I couldn't help but pump my fists in a pose. Glancing to the side, I saw Mizari smiling happily. Of course she did. This is just too funny. Then, leaving us alone, Diablo and Shion-sen started fighting, which continued until Shuna-sama came onto the scene. Shuna-sama. I have no qualms in adding the sama anymore. Shion-san, who can quarrel with Diablo, is amazing, but Shuna-sama, who can beat up Shion-san and Diablo together, was most wonderful in my point of view. There's a lot to learn from her. By the way, the quarrel between Diablo and Shion-san really was a quarrel, which surprised both Mizari and me. Shuna-sama came to call us, so we obeyed quietly. She told us that she would teach us the recipe for the cake. She told us that Gisama had asked her to teach us how to make the cake. We are very grateful. I must tell her how I feel when I am shown into the parlor where Rimuru-sama is. As expected of Demon Lord Rimuru-sama, the cake was wonderful. Oops, I was late. I'd like to acknowledge Mizari's omission. I am deeply moved that you have been so generous in teaching me a recipe. Then Rimuru-sama laughed and said it was no big deal. Thank you. If we can continue to work together, it would be desirable for me. He calls that cooperation when we receive it unilaterally. That's very generous of him. However, my recognition was still insufficient. You guys, Rimuru will give you strength. You should be more grateful. Gisama suddenly told me. Mizari and I had been given the honor of evolving into a true demon lord. Right. It's dangerous, right? Really, just what is Rimuru-sama? Looking back on it now, all I can think of is that it's dangerous. We will make effective use of the power he's given us, and if he's ever in trouble, we'll be happy to help him. The amount of magicules is increasing day by day, and we can be of more help to Gisama than ever before. We owe it all to Rimuru-sama, and it is only natural that we should return the favor. However, there is Tensura in his country, so I doubt there will be any situations that require my help. That's all for self-deprecation. It's time for today's mock battle with Mizari. Daily special training is indispensable to get used to our own power. Well then, to the training grounds. Oh. It's unlikely that someone is making a joke at such a time. Rain. Someone just broke into the barrier. I know. But this is no longer a time for mock battles, nor is it a time for idle chatter. That's it for me. I look forward to seeing you all again.